Well, hello, fellow trainmen. This is Kenny, the mad scientist, or madman, I should say, at Lionel for Less. Well, this is not a paid endorsement or anything, but just advice. If you want to buy Lionel for Less and get the parts you need to fix these engines, give this guy a call at the train tender. His name is Jeff, and you can reach him at jeff@ttender.com and take a look at the website www.ttender.com. And you can also place an order over the phone if you don't want to put your credit card online like me, for 585-229-2050. He is located in Bloomfield, New York. I'm taking that's the state of New York someplace. For all like pre-war, post-war, American Flyer, or Lionel, this is the first call to make. If you got the part number from the Greenberg, great. But if not, you can explain to him the model you're working on, and even describe to him what you think you need, and he'll probably be able to send you the right thing. This is how you buy Lionel for less, by doing things this way. Case in point, bought this loco here at York with a long tender for $80. The wheels were froze up, and the guy was asking $120, and I says, I'm not giving you $120 for something that I can't move the wheels on. So got it for $80. I've already taken the screws out, and as always, take your shell, no matter if it's metal, plastic, vinyl, and just put the shell far away from your work area, no matter what. Now, what was wrong with this train is down here in the gearbox. I know it's very hard to see. Down here where the motor meets the worm gear, there's got to be two specific size washers over there. They go right here under the motor. Okay, and those everything has to mesh right. And look at that. You buy 2 washers for 70 cents and you solve the problem. Good as new. I got brushes and springs and stuff, but turned out that I didn't need them. For this one, these are the perfectly good old Lionel washers. I just cleaned them up, cleaned the commutator face, and if you ever do try to take this brush plate off, always take the motor out, and it'll give you more room to work with it over here. I could take it out. And I also had to put a piece of felt, the smoke gasket, on top, because this, you know, hits the shell and shorts the train out. But nothing was wrong with the smoke unit. If it was, we would have rebuilt them. I will do a video on rebuilding smoke units here in the future. I am still in the process of struggling to organize over here and get the layout up. But I wanted to relax last night, so I took a few moments. Now this is what was in the train to work as the washers. Can you guys, is that in view? Yeah. These two small pieces, self-cut. Is that in view? No. I gotta hire a cameraman. These two pieces were there under the motor, and there was these under it also, which are not the correct washers for this engine. And then the guy wonders why, you know, it's locked up. You know, if you read the Greenberg, it will even tell you on this specific train that, you know, if you have trouble with this meeting down there, the motor shaft meeting the worm gear, you may have to shim it. And as they've gotten older, I've noticed most of them do need shims. But once again, they have to be of the correct size. Because this here, you know, I can appreciate somebody trying to do something without buying the parts, but and making it work. But, you know, if you want to do things right, you should at least, you know, you paid money for the train. What's 70 more cents to get the right parts? You know, this has two little posts that it rests on, and those posts are right here, and you can see barely. Those where those washers are. Sprayed the E unit with a little bit of your most valuable tool, CRC electronic cleaner. Hard to repair trains without this stuff, and you can spray it on anything, and it hasn't damaged anything that I've ever tried yet on it. But last night I spent some time cleaning this chrome up. As you can see, yeah, it's still got a little bit of residue on it here and there, but it came back pretty nice, man. This was all pitted up, and I did do this one without taking it off the, you know, disassembling everything. That's really the best way to do it. But If you don't want to foul things up, you can also just leave the thing on. I cleaned up down here underneath on the roller also, just for appearance, and cleaned the wheels. And we got a smoking, stoking train now. What I use for that is Mother's mag and aluminum polish. There's no other like Mother's, and it's the truth. Perfect for all metals. This is the stuff the biker guys use to, you know, get the blue and the yellow color that gets on the muffler on the chrome. This takes that off, and it's easy to work with. And if you do happen to like I said, I'll show you a little piece here. Okay, here's another motor I have. See all that stuff on there? Okay, now you just go into your Mother's, take it, and apply it with a Q-tip. And it's this way you don't even have to take the thing off. Like I said, that is the best and the correct way to do it. You know, if you get a little bit on the wheels, it's no problem. You just wipe it out with a toothpick or something else. And you move that around a little bit on the areas. That you're trying to clean. And like most buffing things, this stuff works best wet, like some other things in life. Be good, madman. Be good. Alright, now we'll try to see what the first pass of it did. Also, when you're working on these trains, these old ones or new ones, you know, get a pair of these, bag of these neoprene gloves, because man, your hands will be, they'll get so dirty you won't be able to clean them. I speak from experience on that. Or, you know, you'll have to use such harsh cleaners that you know, your skin will be all broken, because you know this is decades of dirt. Look at that, decades of shit that we're taking off of there, and this stuff doesn't. Keep moving along. Turn the wheels a little bit. Make sure you got all the areas. Okay. And you know, you try to make the Q-tip last as long as you can, because you'll run through some Q-tips. Here's what I used last night cleaning the other one. That much. About 50 of them. That was to do the 736 I just showed you. So if you start to get into restoring trains and stuff, Q-tips will be a value commodity in your household. You know, I used to steal them from my wife all the time, but she needs them also. So I've been buying a lot of them in the last 5 years here. I gave up on that. It wasn't ever something I did intentionally. Just never really thought about buying Q-tips in my life. But they are valuable in restoring things. Okay. You can see just from that one application how much better this drive rod looks. Generally, the more you rub, the more that will come off. It's really up to you the amount of shine you're looking for. Now, if you want it to look dated a little bit, I don't know, I like a clean machine. And you know, you can even put it on the tops of the drive rod, because you'll see those areas. And let me get a cloth here. Kind of dry this off. Hopefully you get the idea. See what a difference? It's like a mirror now. Once again, the before and the after. And like I said, if you do get a little bit on the wheels, just take a toothpick and go down there and scrape it off. You can use a little CRC on there too to blow the stuff out. But as you see, if you work with it, it will come back off. And while you got that CRC puddled up in there, take the end of the Q-tip, oh, not that much, pull it out a little bit, and dip it in there, in those crevices. And you can clean inside of the spokes on the hub. That stuff there, that's not CRC. That was on the local before I started, because the CRC would have came off already. take a razor blade, something. I would try to wash it with a brush. Also, you know, get some Windex. Get it wet. That was some dried paint on there. So what I'll probably have to do on this is remove this drive rod to get all that off. This needs a probably one more coat of the mothers, and pow, she's like a brand new again. With your wheels, just take a Scotch-Brite. Never steel wool. Remember, never, never, ever steel wool. On anything near a train. No steel wool. Not unless you want to foul up your other trains. The one you're working on and the magnet traction ones, oh boy. Again, speaking from experience. I did make that mistake when I was starting out. Clean wheels, you can't stress enough how important they are. But see the difference in those wheels now? Now those are going to make good contact and go. Well, that's all really for tonight. The Proto Sound Empire State Express that I have, I took it to the dealer the other day. Stockyard Express is my favorite recommended MTH store. Clyde out there will give you a break on stuff. Especially the more he gets to know you. And turns out that this Proto Sound engine, it just won't run with a Z750. They put it on the track with a Z1000, and it still didn't want to go. So they took it over to the test bench where they had a Z4000 hooked up. Guy picked the lever up. Whew, off she went to the races, man. I couldn't believe it. That's something that, you know, because I guess the black box on the little Z controller chops the sine wave up a little bit in these really early Proto Sound engines. They really only run with a C4000 or a MRC pure power, pure sine wave. You know, and if you're not going to upgrade it, you might as well have the Z4000 so you can program it easy. So looks like we're going down that street. Now I've been wanting one for a long time anyway, so it must be time to pick it up. So that's all for tonight. I guess I could show you this run a little bit. Hang on a second. Just to show you. transformer plugged in. Wherever in the world that is. There it is. And we get to use our favorite thing in the world. The smoke pellets. Oh man, I love these things. They're about $25 a bottle now. 20 bucks sometimes you can luck out and get them for. I've got a mix of old and new in here. Now let me get this camera off of here. We do everything live here. There's no editing, no slick commentary, none of that stuff here.